Sup guys, it's me Charlie, and straight off the bat I'm gonna say I'm fucking pissed with with today's balance update. Okay, and for those who have followed my channel, for those who have looked at my videos previously, you know that I take a very mild approach to any changes. Okay, because in a game there will always be changes that we like, there will always be changes that we dislike, there will always be changes that we are uncomfortable with at first, and after some time we realize that hey, it isn't that bad and it's a pretty interesting change. But today's balance patch is fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. Now let me explain. Let me go into each change one by one. Alright, so we start off with Loki. So Loki now replace your deck with your opponent's starting deck and give them -1 cost, and then you draw a card. So now this is my big question. Why the heck would you want to do that? So now let's assume that you play Loki on 3, you draw a card, okay? So that's one card, and you have 4, 5, 6. You have 3 turns. 4, 5, 6. So you have drawn a total of 4 cards. Now tell me which deck is able to execute a combo, complete its combo with just 4 cards. Nothing. There is no deck that does that unless you're going for very extreme scenarios whereby it's, you know, you have your Shuri, Red Skull, Taskmaster kind of cards. Okay, but even then you have to draw these cards. Okay, and now you only have a 33% chance since you're only getting 4 cards out of their 12 cards. So how the fuck is this supposed to work? How the fuck are you supposed to play in such a scenario? Okay, and we go on. Let's take a look at their description. They say that, you know, it has been proven stifling for cards like Snowguard and Coulson. Okay, so they took one Snowguard, Coulson, Nick Fury, these kind of cards, Maria here, Cable, Mirage, all these, just to fit into Loki. But now here's the thing. That's not how it works. Loki players, good Loki players, do not just use them to fit into Loki's generation, hand change, or whatever you wanna call it, hand transformation. Good Loki players sometimes do not play Loki even though we have Loki and can play him on 4. Good Loki players know that sometimes the card that Coulson gives is good. Good Loki players hold no guard because the Hawk can turn off location, alright, and it is a very strong counter against Limbo. So just to blanket it over, that's not correct. There are Loki players who play Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur players use Coulson just to fit that 2 cards as well. So does it mean, you know, they're going to reward Devil Dinosaur also? So I think this is plain stupidity. Alright, and then the next thing is, given Loki's recent resurgence alongside Arishem. Now, here's the thing. You are saying that you are going to nerf Loki because you don't like how it works with Arishem. But look, right now, as of right now, I think Loki is still going to be played with Arishem if it's played at all. Right, because right now nobody's going to play Loki. Yes, you still have your -1, but you're only going to draw 4 cards, and I don't think you can do any combo with that. You can't. How are you going to do if you're going to draw something like you're going to draw a Key Pride and you don't have other things to combo, you don't get an Angela? Or you just draw a Jeff? Yes, Jeff is a great card, but what are you going to do with it? So the only purpose of Loki now is to really just throw into Arishem, alright? I'm not saying that you are going to play Loki in Arishem right now, but if the only time when I can still see Loki being useful is in Arishem. Alright, you have a totally shitty hand, alright, and you realize that, oh crap, my starting cards are not going to help. Then you play Loki and then you mulligan your deck instead of, you know, your hand. So I really don't know what is this nerf all about. And yes, I know that I have been very big on Loki this season, so you guys could say that, you know, I'm just upset that, you know, they went after my Loki. But it is what it is. Tell me, where are you gonna play Loki in? Your first thought will still be Arishem, and it doesn't do anything. This whole paragraph here makes 0 sense. What the fuck, man? Right, now let's move on to the next, which is Leech. Alright, so it goes from a 5/5 to a 4/4. Okay, and now on review, remove the text from 6 cost cards in your opponent's hand. Now this is stupid. This is stupid. Now I know we have been flip-flopping with Leech a lot because Leech is a damn bloody annoying card. Okay, and I do understand why the developers want to make sure that Leech isn't too prevalent. But here's the thing, here's the damn thing. Okay? It is not about the text. It is not about what Leech does, because whatever Leech is doing, it's bloody annoying. Okay? The problem is cheating out Leech, which was previously Leech was a 4 cost. People played Leech on 4, played Blink on 5, and then they did that fucking annoying thing to annoy your opponents, and then they changed Leech, because Leech biggest drawback is it loses tempo. Alright? So all you have to do is to make it a 4-4, a 4 cost or whatever. Sorry. So what is more important is you have to keep it at a 5 cost and not bring it back down to a 4, because people are going to throw it out again and blink it again. So the fundamental issue is Leech cannot cost too low. And here they revert it back. Now I do have a conspiracy theory though, which is Leech is now a 4-4, and we know that there are data mine cards that is totally about Cerebro 4. Alright? Take a look at the new data mine cards if you do not know what I'm talking about. Okay, but I'm guessing it is in preparation for Cerebro 4. Alright? Because when we look at the text, I am not exactly sure what is the purpose if we are just going to look at it as it is now. I think this new ability is to help Cerebro 4. Okay, because we know that in Cerebro 4, let's say even with Cerebro plus Mistake, alright, that's +2 +4. So let's say you fill up the so each card will be 8 times 4 is 32. So you're staying around there. Now the problem with Cerebro decks is that it can be overpowered by big cards. Okay, which is your 5 cost, 6 cost. So this is apparently targeted very strongly at 6 cost. So that is a way to help your Cerebro 4 decks. Because if you were to ask me, if we just to look at this in a vacuum, it doesn't do shit. We have already moved from a meta, you know, when we are in Pool 1, Pool 2, in Series 1, Series 2, we are always hoping for the best 6 cost card, you know, to slam it down, a huge Hawk, slam it down, bang! Or a Magneto, bang! You know, oh sorry, Magneto is a Series 3 card. Or you know, you have you play a big 6 cost and you think, yes, that's going to win me that lane, you know. But we have really moved away from that kind of thinking. A lot of decks don't even have a 6 cost. Alright? A lot of decks don't even run a 6 cost anymore. And a lot of decks run what I would call a pseudo 6 cost, for example, Sasquatch Mockingbird. Okay, so people already don't care much about 6 cost cards. And here you have Leech targeting 6 cost cards. So it is quite a useless ability. So I really don't know. Are you trying to what's the problem that you're trying to solve? You do not solve the fundamental problem, and instead you take out Leech usability. I really am not very sure what is the point of this. Now we move on to Dr. Octopus. So it goes from a 5-10 to the 4-8, alright, and it pulls the lowest power card instead of pulling 4 cards. Now the thing is, Dr. Octopus has always been about pulling 4 cards. And I know some people think that it's annoying, some people, no doubt it's annoying. I find it bloody annoying too, but sometimes pulling down that 4 cards has a huge risk. Alright, because you could be gifting them that lane. You could be gifting them that lane, and that's a huge issue. That's something that Dr. Octopus players are prone have to risk. So what's the problem with Dr. Octopus? It's annoying, yes, but it's not foolproof. It's not unfair if you were to ask me. People who keep crying about Dr. Octopus are just crybabies. Now, okay, never mind. Let's take a step back and say that it's too aggressive, and you know, especially with action, blah blah blah. Fine, let's take a look at what happens to Dr. Octopus. 4-8, you put the lowest power card, alright, from your opponent's hand to their side of the location. Now this brings me quite close to Gladiator. This reminds me of Gladiator, but Gladiator destroys that card. Okay, but of course you can say that, hey, look, Dr. Octopus pulls the lower power, so there's no risk that you pull something big. But here's the thing, why do I want to play a 4-8? Give them an additional card on their side. And it could trigger off some ability. Even if it's something like Spider Hand, it hits me, I could be screwed. It could hit my key card. So why the heck would I want to do that? 4-8. I don't know, man. I could play something like a Cow Obsidian. I could even go as far to say I could even play a Crossbone. Why would I want to do that? Why? I really don't understand. And if you are talking about, clogging that one slot, one space on board, Black Widow, White Widow, even Debris, why would I want to pull? Why would I want to give them additional power? Oh my god, I really don't see it. Okay, so let's say we pull a 1-2. So Dr. Octopus essentially becomes a 4-6. What the heck? Why would I want to play a 4-6 just to clock one slot? I really don't get this Dr. Octopus change as well. Widow's keys go from -4 to -3. Okay, this is the only change that I think is actually good in this patch, in this balance update. The only one that I think is good. Right, because right now, anytime we have a slot, a 2-cost slot, people are saying, oh, let's go White Widow. It's either White Widow or Jeff, and I think it's good because we keep things a little bit open right now. More room for other cards to come in. Okay, I think that's good. This is the only change that I don't think is bad. This is the only change that I think is good. Okay, I won't even say reasonable. I'll go out there and say it's a good change. Okay, because while I don't think it's overpowered or anything. Okay, but it is very irritating. Okay, and I think it takes a little bit too much effort to clear it for a 2-cost card. So yeah, it's a good change. But this is the only good change in this entire balance update. Now move on to block. Holy fuck, so it goes from 15 to 13. Now here's the thing, if you have listened to my previous videos, I know I already said that Airsham decks are not OP. They are not overpowered. A lot of times people are too afraid to take on Airsham decks. Airsham decks sometimes have a shitty hand, sometimes they do not have a finishing move at all. There's no need to fear Airsham that much, okay? So if you have that view, you'll think that block doesn't really need a change, but if you do not hold that view, you'll think that block needs a change, whatever. In the bigger picture, I think this is quite inconsequential. Alright, it's just done to appease those who are crying about Airsham, so whatever. War Machine goes from 4-6 to 4-7. I think that's okay. I don't think it will really bring War Machine back. I don't think it will encourage people to play War Machine more. But like what they say, it's a buff that carries fairly little risk, so whatever. Alright, I don't really see this change moving War Machine. I don't see this additional 1 power will have people saying that, oh, it has gained 1 power, let's play War Machine. I really don't. Okay, I think this is quite a pointless change. Finally, we have Apocalypse 6-6 to 6-8. I've said this before, when they nerf Apocalypse, I don't think it matters. I really don't think Apocalypse look, because if you get the discard rhythm going, Apocalypse will be large enough. If you get your discards, if you get your Modok, bang bang bang, and then the final turn Apocalypse goes down into Dracula, that's another discard. Typically it goes from a 6-6 to a 6-14 at least, quite very easily, even 6-18. So I don't know. I don't see that. I don't really see how Apocalypse being 6-6 or 6-8 will change much things. Alright, of course it will move the win rates up a little bit more, but I really don't think that's the issue about this card's deck. Okay, because like what I say, you get the discard rhythm going, you're gonna have a big Apocalypse anyway, whether it's 6-6 or 6-8. Even after the change to 6-6, some of my videos, you see that I'm still playing Apocalypse this card, and it's still great. The numbers are still going up. Okay, so uh but okay, I mean this change is they did say that it's quite pointless to be honest, because look at the statement that they made. This one fully reverses the trend, but it's a solid step. Uh, if you were to ask me, I think yes, it is a solid step in the sense that people will think that, hey, look, it's back to a 6-8, let's try. But in reality, it it doesn't really matter, because what the issue with these card decks is the reliability, being able to get the discarding going on, not whether it starts as a 6-6 or 6-8. Okay, so these are my thoughts about on today's balance change. I think that it's a very very bad change, because I don't know, I thought that Arishem is really pretty controlled. Cassandra Nova is a fucking strong counter to Arishem. Okay, for those who are playing I mean everyone played Deadpool Diners, I'm sure. The last few tables, okay, nobody dares to play Arishem. I probably have seen like maybe Arishem maybe 1% of the time in the tables, in the last two tables, because players who are playing in the last two tables would already have Cassandra Nova, and Cassandra Nova just hard counters Arishem so hard. Right? You even if you play the Cassandra Nova on turn 6, you slap down a 315, 316, 318, I don't know what's the value, but I think the lowest is 315. Alright? It is insane. And that alone can counter a block, so the heck? I really don't know why. I really don't understand this today's balance update at all. I'm fucking disappointed. Okay, it destroyed an entire Loki archetype. It went after cards that I do it destroyed an entire archetype in Loki. Okay, the change to Leech is quite pointless, other than for preparation for Cerebro 4. Okay, and I think that's insane, because basically it's just saying, look, I want this new card to be great, alright, I want people to get this new card, so I'm doing this change. Doctor Octopus makes no sense, I'd rather play Gladiator. And yeah, basically the only good change, the only reasonable thing to come out of this is White Widow getting, adjusted. I don't know, man.